Yes. Welcome to another great episode of the Sheesh and Friends podcast. As always, I'm your host, Ashish, and you can catch me on Instagram and on Twitter at AshishAiry. Of course, I'm joined by my longtime friends and co-hosts. We've got Dev at Superlaser, and we've got Ryan in the house. So, as we all know, it's the holiday season. And because of that, we are going to be drafting holidays today. Yes, sir. We're squished. Thanksgiving's about to happen for us, and Christmas is on the way, so we're like, hey, this is the perfect time. It's the holiday season. Let's draft what the best holidays are. So real quickly, let me get this randomizer ready. What are your thoughts on this draft, guys?
So this draft is interesting because I think there's definitely clear tiers in this draft. There's a clear S tier, and then there's a tier below it, and then there's the other. And so it's going to be interesting where you land because you're either going to get two, like one the bottom S tier, one the top next tier, or just one the top S tier. So I think I would prefer a top pick.
Yeah, so to me, there's like three picks that are like clear, like head and shoulders above the rest. So I'm like, I want to probably be on the latter half of the draft because I want to get another like great holiday, or maybe the middle is where you want to be, because then maybe you can snatch up one of those like 8 or 10. You get like a good holiday in that range, right? It's tough. There's so many holidays, and there's no bad holiday, right? You're not gonna complain. It's a holiday, you know.
But some are better than the others.
Some are better than others.
All right.
We'll see, though.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I've got the order here. At number 3, it's me, your boy Ashish, picking at number 3. And number 2 is Dev, which means Ryan gets the number 1 pick. It's been a minute since I think Ryan's had the number 1 pick, but you got it here. You've got your pick of the litter. Where are you headed, Ryan?
Well, you already mentioned my number 1 pick. It might be a little shocker because I think there's another one that people probably go number 1, but for me, number 1 is Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving is in 2 days, so maybe there's some recency close bias coming up.
It's true, but by the time you guys hear this, it's probably past Thanksgiving. But while we're recording this, Thanksgiving is in 2 days. We know what day Thanksgiving is, guys. You don't need. But yeah, talk about more Thanksgiving, Ryan.
Well, for me, I like Thanksgiving because I always get to go and be with my family and show my gratitude and appreciation to all my friends and family during that day. And it's something we should be doing every day, giving gratitude and thanks. But I think Thanksgiving is just such a good holiday to remind us to do that and to remind us why we're thankful and gracious. And not to mention the 3 football games on Thanksgiving, as well as Texas playing on the Friday after Thanksgiving, as well as all the good food that comes with it. So it's a win-win.
So with Thanksgiving, are you getting Black Friday as well? I think that's part of the experience, right? And I think that's a nice addition, right?
For sure. There's nothing like being thankful on Thursday and then rushing out there to get good deals on Friday. Right?
Yeah.
You're thankful for the good deals.
Yeah. As South Asians, we all appreciate a good deal. You know?
Exactly. No, you hit it on the spot. You've got sports, you've got good food cooking. What I love about Thanksgiving is it's always on a Thursday, right? And usually when people get days off, it's going to be Thursday and Friday, which is fantastic, right? Like you don't want the middle of the week type day off, right? So it's always nice that you have the weekend, you've got Black Friday, and then it crawls into Cyber Monday, right? So you got the shopping, you got the sports, you've got the great food. I love Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and it's also one of those holidays that like so to me I'll just go right into my next pick, which I'm going to take Christmas. And to me, Christmas and Thanksgiving are the 2 holidays where you will frequently like have people fly into town, right? And I think that's awesome because you just get to reconnect with everyone, like even your old friends from high school, right? A lot of them will come into town or college, whatever. Like I think that's why those 2 holidays are so special to me. And bonus, both of them you get the double day off work, right? At least for me. Instead of just the 1 day off for a normal holiday, you getting that extra day off work. That pushes it up. And with Christmas, it's really kind of a 2-day celebration, right? With Christmas Eve, you're spending time with your family, you're getting a nice dinner in, and then, there's nothing like that feeling of waking up Christmas morning to presents, and it's just so much fun. I love gift giving. Like, I think it's just a fun practice. Like, Christmas is just a great time all around. And you get NBA games. So, you talked about the Thanksgiving games. I'm a big NBA fan. The Lakers always play on Christmas, too. So I always have a great Lakers game to watch. Well, I didn't have a great Lakers game for 5 years there, but
But yeah, no, you hit it on the head, man. Real quickly, when you talk about Thanksgiving, you also got Friendsgiving all that time.
yeah.
Especially with both these holidays, you got that the friends and family time, which is special, right? And with Christmas, you've got all the lights, right? They look beautiful everywhere. That's awesome. You get the trees.
Music.
I think with these two holidays too, what differentiates them? Yes, you get 2 days for both, really, and you also get traditions, right? Like family traditions. The rest of the holidays are kind of the same, right? They blend into whatever it is, but like these two, there's a lot of family traditions, different foods people are eating, different things people do, and I love that. Another thing you're talking about, like Thanksgiving, you get a whole week off in school, right? In high school, you get 2 weeks off. Like in normal public school, you get 2 weeks off for Christmas time. You get like a month off in college, right? Like it's the perfect time. I love it.
Yeah, and you can go
Well,
ahead,
for
Ryan.
me, well, for me, Festivus. I prefer Festivus, but if we had to choose one, I guess we gotta go with Christmas. No, I'm just kidding. That's a Seinfeld reference for anybody out there. I picked that number one in the TV show draft. Watch that one.
Spoiler alert.
Anyway, I think another perk of Christmas is that Christmas you have Christmas songs. Thanksgiving there's not really Thanksgiving songs, so you get that, and you get Santa and the elves and the reindeer and the snow, except Texas.
Well, we have had in our lifetimes at least one snowy Christmas. I remember one. So, you
Yeah,
know, sometimes you'll get it. In Fargo, obviously, you didn't have this problem. You had snow
you had that
Christmas
for
every
Thanksgiving
time.
too.
Yeah, you have Halloween snow in Fargo. Like you're good to go.
Oh man, but yeah, two back-to-back great picks. I love them. So many good things to talk about. But yeah, man, Christmas music, one of my favorite things. We have a Christmas song draft coming up, so keep your eyes and ears open for that. But I'm gonna lead into my pick right here, and I'm gonna have to choose the holiday you don't get off, right? But that is Halloween. And I think it is in there with Christmas and Thanksgiving. I mean, just what a fun time, right? Like, get to dress up, whoever you want to be, whatever you look like, superheroes or whatever it is. You get candy, which is fun. We did a Halloween candy draft. Check
You
that out.
gained 10 pounds from that draft.
Exactly. Yeah. But and then as you grow older, it's a better holiday, right? Like, you get to dress up still, you get a party. I mean, it's just such a great holiday, and you get a double dip on it, right? You get it at the end of October, and you also get it in January too, right? If you haven't checked out BoJack Horseman, please check it out. But yeah, man, I just
Oh, that's
love.
why I don't get the reference. I
Yeah,
have no idea what
Halloween
you're
in
talking.
January.
Oh,
It's
there's
a
a
BoJack
Halloween
reference.
in January?
Well, yeah, we're definitely going to try to make a Halloween in January happen. Hopefully this year.
Yeah,
So,
hopefully. But yeah, I think we should have that day off. I'll have to talk to the government about that. But what a great holiday, and I'm happy to get it here.
right. I think if this had one single day off, it would immediately catapult it to number one pick to me. But it's just missing. That's what, like, Christmas and Thanksgiving, getting that double holiday like really makes up for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Halloween is fantastic. You talked about Christmas music. Halloween music is fantastic as well. And like all of my favorite parties I've ever been to have been Halloween parties. Like that's like my favorite night of the year. Like it sucks we didn't get to do one this year. I usually throw a Halloween party. I plan to make that like a yearly thing forever, but we'll see. Hopefully 2021 will get a nice Halloween banger.
Let's do it.
I think if Halloween has some sports associated with it too, it'll elevate it another level.
What are you talking
Halloween
about? It's got
football,
basketball now, apparently.
Halloween basketball. You know what I'm talking about? So I like the candy. For me, is a candy, specifically, the chocolate candies.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Like Dev mentioned, I think with Christmas, right? Like you get the music, you also get the movies, right? Like there's a countdown to Halloween with movies, there's a countdown to Christmas with movies. I love that about it. And okay, so I'm gonna go right here. My second pick. There's two options I'm really looking at here, but you know what? I'm gonna go with July 4th. All right.
Ah,
God bless America. Okay, so with July 4th, you get the day off, right? sometimes it's in the middle of the week, which is weird, but you get the day off. You get fireworks, which is, really only really associated with July 4th. You get good food. You get to hang out with friends and family. I love when it's on a Friday or a Monday and you get like a 3-day weekend. I love going traveling during that time too. But yeah, I think July 4th, you get the music as well for July 4th too, right? I mean, Partying the USA, what an anthem, right? That is the official July 4th banger right there. Thank you, Miley Cyrus. But yeah, I had to go with July 4th here.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic pick, right? I love just the fireworks, the festivities of it. It's in the summer too, which not a lot of your holidays are just stacked in winter, right? And just getting a holiday, you can go out, you can do stuff, you can go swimming. There's like parades, right? It's just a fun day. I love July 4th, and it comes at a good time in the like work calendar, right? You're kind of tired. You haven't had a day off since Memorial Day. It's like perfect in that calendar.
It is like the last holiday until Labor Day, right? Like you go months and you're like, bro, like this is the last one. I have to go all out, have some fun. Then I have to just slug it.
And then Labor Day, the big grind, right, is Labor Day to Thanksgiving. That's like the grind time because it's like the weather turned.
Yeah, I like 4th of July myself. I picked July in the months episode. You can check that out. That was my month.
Spoiler alert.
I think they've had like a few months to listen to the month episode. We can probably
make a list of these and go back and watch them. One of my closest friends is on July 4th, so I really do like the holiday. And my birthday is July 5th, which is right after July 4th. So it's like a 2-day. It's a 2-day holiday for me personally. It's a July 4th pre-holiday to the July 5th birthday of mine, but it is a good holiday.
You get the fireworks the night before your birthday. That sounds pretty fantastic, right?
I always think it's for me.
Yeah. And me and Ryan have actually been to a couple of July 4th celebrations in Capel, so that's been fun for sure. But yeah, man, I feel good with these two picks here. Dev,
July 3rd celebrations in Capel.
Yeah, been to a lot of July 3rd celebrations.
True. Yeah, and we were talking about that, right? Like Kaboom Town was a big reason I moved to Addison, right? To live in a place I could walk to Kaboom Town for.
Yeah. I totally forgot that. I've hung out with Dev a couple of times at Kaboom Town. Is like rated as a top 5 show in the U.S. So it's amazing. It's fun to watch. Like I said, it's just a cool vibe for July 4th.
That sounds kind of scary. I don't want to get kaboomed all over.
You took my pick here because I didn't want to like have to double up on the winter holidays, right? I was hoping I could, get like a Halloween into July 4th or like something else here, but I'm gonna have to do it. I'm just gonna double up right on the back-to-back holidays. And I'm gonna take New Year's. Okay, so I know that some people probably will value some other holidays ahead of this, but New Year's, it's a fantastic night, right? It's always a party. Like once you hit 21, New Year's like becomes a whole different holiday,
Yeah.
I really, really love New Year's. It's so much fun. You get to spend it with friends usually. Like with Thanksgiving, I often spend it with family. With New Year's, it's usually with friends. We're all partying, having a good time, and you get the day off work. So it's like a cool benefit. It's just a nice stopping place. I love New Year's resolutions. It's fun to imagine how much better you can do in the next year and what you want to accomplish. New Year's is a great time.
I love the packed gyms the week after New Year's resolutions, and then a week after that, it's not packed anymore.
Right. It's your local gym's favorite holiday, right? That's where they get all the gym memberships from.
But I like the ball dropping and counting down, and then the whole production they put on with all the singers and New York City and Times Square. And
I've heard Dallas's is really good now. We should try to go one of these years. I've heard their New Year's celebration has gotten a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I know they used to have pretty big celebrations in downtown, but yeah, I haven't been yet. But yeah, man, something to look forward to. But yeah, when I was thinking about July 4th, New Year's was right there for me because, man, New Year's Eve, it's lit, right? Like, it's fun. Everyone's excited for the new year. Not 2020. This year was total dookie, man. But,
we'll be excited again.
But we're going to build up again this New Year's Eve. 2021 is going to be lit, right? Like, it's a new hope, right? It's a new hope for the new year. You got the resolutions, like you mentioned. And, I mean, it's just like it's a cleansing, right? Like, you've been through a tough year sometimes, whatever it is where you're going through. Next year, it's always like that next chapter in your life, and you're always looking forward to it. But, man, New Year's Eve, so fun. Ryan mentioned it, the ball dropping on in New York, right? That's something I used to watch all the time. Then you get like the live look in Tokyo and all these other places around the world celebrating and all the fireworks and everything like that. So very cool holiday. One of my favorites too.
Yeah, you get the one in Dubai, right? Like I've been to that actually, and it was like just a blast. So beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, there's just way too many to mention. But yeah, the one
Yeah.
in Dubai is always spectacular. But yeah, I just love the celebration of it and looking forward to the future. So good pick there. Ryan, you're back up 2 back-to-back picks. What's up?
This is an interesting position because now I think all the top tier, all the holidays, the top tier holidays, to be clear, 1 through 5 are gone. So now you're in that middle pack, and I feel like you can go in any direction you would like. So for me, I was hoping 4th of July would drop to me, but it didn't. But you mentioned the closest one to that, and I'm going to take Memorial Day
Mm.
with this pick. It's right in May, right at the end of like the school year, the last holiday. There, just reminds me of barbecuing out in the back. That relaxing day, remembering our how we got our freedom and our veterans, and another one of those nice days. It's about Veterans, right? Memorial Day, Memorial.
Yes, the ones that have passed
No,
away.
Memorial Day is not about veterans. It's about the soldiers who passed away.
Yeah.
So you're actually not.
That's
That's the only day you're not supposed to thank veterans for their service. Fun fact for you.
There you go. See, I just learned something new. That's why I'm picking Memorial Day, to remember the honor of those who fought and put their lives in stake to give us freedom.
Yeah, and it's such a fun day because it's the mark of summer, right? Like
Mhm.
Memorial Day is like, especially in Texas, right? That's like the first day of summer in Texas. It comes
Yeah,
out, it's hot, you go swimming, get in the pool, grill. Like it's a fun time.
exactly. All the public pools start opening back up.
Yeah.
Usually, like people in school, that's like they're enjoying their time now. It's about to be summertime. It's just the marking point of summer and good vibes. I love
It's the
Memorial Day.
opening day for the water parks, right? As
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and with Memorial Day, I love that's always like on a Monday, right? So you always get that 3-day weekend. I love traveling for it. Actually, Shahan's not here, as you can tell, but me and him have gone to Nashville, and we hung out in Atlanta once for back-to-back Memorial Days, and those were some of the best days of all time. But like, I just love that 3-day weekend, and like you mentioned, it's just the mark for summer, and it's a good holiday. Where do you go with your back-to-back pick here?
So my back to back is also another holiday, and it starts with an M. And this is one of the holidays that you get a day off, but you don't have any other days off until spring break. And this is out of respect and tribute for Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Hey,
And
hold on. Wait, hold on. You get spring break off right now while you're working,
no,
Ryan?
I'm just saying at school. I don't even get Thanksgiving and Christmas off. I only get Thanksgiving and Christmas off.
Horrible. All right, carry
Yeah.
on. Sorry.
You do have the benefit of working 7x7s, though, right?
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
Continue on with MLK Day.
Yeah, I'm taking Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I think it's a lovely day in January, and it just reminds us that the dream that Martin Luther King Jr. had, the fight for civil rights, the fight we're still having, and to remember that and to reflect on that and to act upon that. And I think it's also good timing in January because that's the last day off. You get at least in the work week until probably Memorial Day, somewhere in that time. I don't know if there's one before it, and I think the message of that day is what's important to me, and that we commemorate MLK Jr. and still fight for his dream and for all our dreams to have, more rights to the African Americans out in this world.
Yeah, well said, Ryan. I do love MLK Day. It comes at a perfect time of the year too, right? You're getting off that like hype from New Year's. I think MLK Day is like that good reset day. It's like, okay, this is what 2020 is going to be like. This is what 2021 is going to be like, right? By Memorial Day, you got an idea. Or sorry, not by Memorial Day, by MLK Day, you got an idea.
For sure. I think it was like 2 weeks in, you're like, okay, you're off that buzz. Then you get like a re-cleansing day. Like it's fantastic. You just you're like,
Yeah.
man, I'm still on these holiday vibes right now. I feel fantastic. I don't even need this day off, but I get it off. And I feel like, school semesters, like they're like, hey, MLK Day on Monday, school starts on Tuesday, right? It's like,
Yeah.
okay, man. But I unfortunately don't have MLK Day off, but I get to hear the music and the bands play in downtown Fort Worth, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, fantastic. I think you did a good job explaining it. Dev, you're up, and I'm a little worried where you can pick here because I feel like there's some really good ones left.
Yeah, there are some really good holidays left. I'm surprised. Obviously, one of these holidays that's left has like a little bit of a religious connotation. I don't know if I'm going to go with that one. I'm still deciding. I think I'm going to go with Labor Day. Okay, so I know it's again I'm picking in that back half of the year, but Labor Day is that kind of like as Memorial Day is that first day of summer. Labor Day is kind of that like unofficial last day of summer. Obviously, in Texas, we got plenty of summer days after Labor Day. You know, we don't have to worry. We got plenty of summer days still. But I think Labor Day is just a fun celebration at the end of summer. You guys, you come together, you just get that 3-day weekend, like you mentioned. It's always nice to have a 3-day weekend, and I just really enjoy it. It's just a fun time of year. Grilling, it's really like July 4th without the fireworks. It's like a discount July 4th,
That's the
like
perfect way to put it,
Dollar
man.
Tree July 4th. That's my selling for Labor Day. If I was making Labor Day like cards, that's what I would put on there.
Oh man, that's hilarious. But yeah, no, I feel like you still get those vibes of like Memorial Day, right? Like it's a 3-day weekend, barbecuing, you're with friends and family, and it's just cool. And like you mentioned, it's usually like the ending point of summer. Pools are starting to close up and whatever. But yeah, it's a solid holiday, and I like it too.
And you're going on your long stretch until Thanksgiving after that. Unless you get Halloween off or Columbus Day.
Right, but at least Halloween you get a party, right? So you get something, but really it is that Labor Day to Halloween. It is a long grind, and this year it's even longer because we didn't get to celebrate Halloween the same way.
True. I mean, most of us, right? If you're listening and you were out there partying, shame on you, but keep listening to the podcast.
We hope you were 6 feet apart with masks, with N95 masks.
It probably also should be mentioned, right, that Memorial Day and Labor Day are easily the 2 days that people will flip the name of the most, right? I think that tells you how similar the holidays are and the festivities are. That like people don't remember which one's which, but we enjoy them both equally. We have a great time on both of them.
Yeah, like I said, they're basically like sunrise and sunset, right? Like they go together. They're kind of the same thing, but just a little different. All right, so right here, I'm back, finally back. I feel like you messed up, Dev, because right here, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna take another holiday that you don't get a day off of, and that's St. Patrick's Day. Okay, you want to talk about parades? You want to talk about partying? St. Patty's Day is lit. Okay, you get to wear green, you get to do runs, you get to do parades, you get to whatever bar crawls and whatnot. Everything is going on. You get to see Zeke on top of buildings doing things, and it's just
doing what things?
We won't talk about it.
I love St. Patty's. I've had some good ones, and I think it's just a great holiday.
Yeah, I've had some good patties on my sandwich as well, so it's very tasty.
So shout out to Eric Hayes, who was my boss when I was an RA at my school, and every year this man took St. Patrick's Day off and just spent it at the pub, and it was awesome. He also it also sometimes coincides with the start of March Madness. Right. And that's like, so when those 2 days line up, that's like the perfect holiday. I don't know how often it happens, but if you get that like first opening weekend of March Madness with St. Patrick's Day, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I like the color of St. Patrick's Day. Green is a great color of trees and grass. I like that. I like the shamrocks and the celebration. And in high school with the band, I got the honor of marching in the St. Patrick's Day parade in New York City. And that was a fantastic experience. And there was a lot of green and a lot of fun.
Yeah, like I said, St. Patty's Day, you get the whole parade, which is awesome, around New York, and even locally, there's a lot of things going on. I know in like Greenville and Dallas, that place is amazing on St. Patty's Day. But yeah, is it just like another like Halloween type thing, right? Like you get to party a lot and with a little less costumes, I'd say, but just another great day. I'm going to take Mother's Day Mother's Day is obviously a great day. Another day you don't really get off, but it's like a Sunday in May, I think, right? And I mean, let's be real, we're not going to be here in the world without our mothers. They mean everything to us. And obviously a little more emotional and sentimental, sentiment to me, right? There's the sentimental value to me, but yeah, I mean, I think you got to appreciate your family, you got to appreciate your parents, but especially your mother. I feel like goes unnoticed a lot, right? Like just I think more recently I found out how hard it is to be a mother, right? Because like you're grinding at work, you're coming home, you're grinding, right? Like there's like the grind doesn't stop, right? Like now I realize when my mom was like, oh, I'm so tired, I'm busy, and I'm like, boom, I finally get it, because it is a lot of work, cleaning, cooking, going to work, all these things like you expect from your mom and you don't really appreciate all the time. So shout out to all the moms out there, you guys rock. I'm gonna take Mother's Day.
That was a fantastic pick. To me, every day is Mother's Day because they do so much every day that they deserve the respect. And I mean, stay-at-home mom is one of the hardest jobs out there, bar none.
Exactly. It's as good. It's even more harder than a regular job, right? Like, there's this video I used to see, and I used to show my mom. It was like, it's just like this interview. And they're like, "Oh, do you want this job? It's you don't get paid anything. You have to work long hours." And they're like, "What kind of job is this?" It's like the job of your mother, right? Like she,
Yeah.
someone staying at home, or even doing both, but just like they work the hardest, they do the most, and you got to give them a shout out, man. Thank you to all the mothers out there. It's just lovely every day. Celebrate your mom and your dad and whatever you have in this life.
Yeah. Fantastic pick. I mean, Mother's Day is so much fun, and Father's Day too, right? I think maybe you could lump them both in as one pick, but like they're both fantastic days. I think Mother's Day is usually of the two the one that gets like the most hype from me and my family because my dad's really hard to pick gifts for, right? I don't know what he wants. I never know. But my mom, it's fun because like I know what she wants. Like we have cool ideas, bounce ideas with me and my sister and my father, and we'll like always throw like a great day. Mother's Day is just a fun day.
Yeah, no, for sure. I feel this exact same way. It's always much harder for my dad's birthday or Father's Day, like picking what he needs, because like
Yeah.
chances are he's gonna complain. No offense, Dad, just being real here. But yeah, your mom just appreciates whatever, right? And you put a lot of thought into it. It's like that one day she gets off, kind of, right?
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
So we're throwing it back to Dev.
Yeah. So with my last pick, I'm gonna go with a religious holiday, right? As a Hindu, we have really like the biggest one everyone knows is Diwali, but that's not where I'm gonna go actually. I'm severely lacking on spring holidays. Diwali's another winter holiday. I don't need another one of those. I'm gonna take Holi. So for those of you who don't know what Holi is, I know we have a lot of listeners who will know, and I hope I don't do a bad job explaining it, but
We'll
I
see.
don't. To be honest, I'm not the like best on like the religious context of Holi, but from what I understand, it's a celebration of the springtime, right? And um, when like the main activity and event that you'll see in Holi is like just people throwing colors everywhere, and you're just having a blast. It's such a party, running around with your friends, throwing color at them. We go to the temple. It's like there's like a DJ, like music's blaring, like everyone's having a good time, right? Like it's such a fun day, and I just really love Holi. It's just one of those days. You get your picture after with all the colors on you, which is
Yep.
always good fun. You get to throw away a pair of shirt and shorts every year.
Yeah, you're taking showers for days, and like purple just keeps on coming in the water. You're like, what? But yeah, man, I love Holi. We've celebrated a couple times,
Yeah, we
for
have.
sure. But yeah, it's exactly that. It's a celebration of the spring, and it's just beautiful. It's fun. I feel like a lot of people now do color runs and stuff. It's like, yo, we had this in ancient times, okay? Like, yeah, but yeah, no, for sure. It's just fun. You get all these colors, you get throw them everywhere. You get to hang out with your friends and family again, and it's really beautiful and like very nice and celebration. So I love Holi. I'm glad you chose that.
Yeah, I went to a color concert once, and I was like, man, this is literally just Holy, right? Like it's like Holy with different music.
It's true. Yo, I love that though, right? Like I love Indian music, so that
Yeah.
day is always lit for me. Wait, was it dry color they were throwing at the concert?
No, it was like wet color,
It's the
which is
liquid, right? Yeah,
yeah.
it's the like.
The dry
Yeah,
color is more fun to me, but
right. For
What's the
sure.
difference between a wet and a dry color?
So basically, wet's like paint, bro. Like they're just like
yeah, it's
throwing
like
stuff on you. But then dry is like dry powder, right? Like LeBron does. He's like,
you know, like the
but
Oh,
chalk, like the
it's just
powder puffs.
colorful.
Yeah,
It's just colorful.
Holy's usually liquid, isn't it?
it's both. Usually
So
we'll
it's
do both, but
so
mostly dry. It's traditionally dry.
traditionally dry. Yeah, I think a lot in India they'll like put in guns or something like
Yeah,
water guns,
water guns.
or they'll throw you in water, and so then you get wet and colorful. But yeah, for like traditional wise, like the Bollywood stuff, right? Everyone wants to do that Bollywood thing where there's like a little pink on you, you
Yeah,
look all good. Never looks that good. You always look like
Yeah.
shit. But it is what it is.
Right.
You end up looking this brown color. After you get all these colors on you, it doesn't look that great. But
This is actually where our skin tone comes from. It's just all the holy colors combined in.
from ancient times to now. That is what has kept us going. But no,
yeah.
great.
I learned of Holy when I went to UT Austin. I wasn't actually aware of it, and
Mhm.
then when I went to UT Austin, that Holy celebrations on campus. So
Yeah.
there are certain days I'd be studying from the library, I walk out and people are just massive color in the streets. And you're like, why are they? And I actually went to one. It was fun until you had to get the paint out. But
Yeah.
it's a fun
So I
holiday.
know on a lot of college campuses they will do like liquid color only because it's a lot more of a mess to clean up after the dry color.
True.
Um, but it's just a blast, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't think you can overstate how much fun Holi is. You know, you walk up to any auntie and they just smack you in the face with some color.
Like I said, the most iconic Bollywood song of Holi has Amitabh Bachchan too. So I'm all about that business. I love it. So great pick, Dev. Ryan, you have the last pick here. You still get the pick of the litter. You get the last pick. What would you like to do?
So for me, I kept this one to the last pick because it's a religious holiday, and I doubt any of you would have picked this. But there's a reason why I didn't pick New Year's. Well, it didn't fall to me, but also I didn't pick it because I'm taking the Iranian New Year's, Nowruz, which is the first day of spring. And I mentioned this also when I picked March in the Months episode. For me, Nowruz is a celebration after a 19-day fast. So it's after a cleansing period. It's the first day of spring. It's the start of the new year for Iranians, and it's just a nice a start to the year. Rejuvenation, the flowers and spring, and I really like the holiday just for a cleansing purpose and a refreshing purpose, and just to go to my roots as an Iranian and also my religion as a Baha'i.
Yeah, that was my next pick. To be honest, I missed.
Yeah, I was right there with you. I'm really glad. I'm really
Dev
glad
got
there wasn't a fifth round because that was where I was going.
Dev already took New Year's, and I was like, "Damn, dude, I needed Nowruz." But I missed it here. But hey, yeah, awesome. I've been with you. We were out in Austin for like a couple of days, and you're fasting, so is leading up to that day, and I know it's special to you and your culture. So that's awesome.
And thank you for waiting for late times for me to eat after sunset.
Yo, yeah, you know what? Fun stories, dude. I would wake up, even though I was like, we were out partying and I was tired. I would wake up super early to eat cereal, like eat breakfast with you, right? Like we would go down in the hotel and eat like Fruit Loops in the morning, and it was like 5 a.m. I'm just like, I just went to sleep like 2 hours ago. But yeah, I did that for you, so you're welcome. But yeah,
Yes,
great.
I can attest to that. Ashish did that, and also Dev picked Fruit Loops with his first pick in the cereal draft. So if you want to watch that episode,
This is
Yeah.
like a great,
This is a
conglomerate of
good.
all the
I got you,
episodes we've done.
Dev.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go around, mention what you've chosen and any honorable mentions. There's still like so many holidays left out there. No disrespect meant to any of those not taken. There's just too many to go after. But we want to do 4 rounds, so just go over your picks and any honorable mentions. We'll start with you, Dev.
Yeah, so my first pick, I got Christmas, obviously. Fantastic holiday. I also ended up with New Year's, which is just a fun night altogether. Labor Day, and then with my last pick, I had Holy. For some honorable mentions, I'm a decent fan of Easter. It's okay, but it didn't get picked here, and I think it's at least worthy of a top 12 pick. Um, and then for another honorable mention, I guess like we mentioned it with Mother's Day, but Father's Day is also fantastic. And yeah, those are probably my two, and Diwali obviously. Diwali's a fun night, so
For sure, for sure. All right, well, Ryan, go ahead.
My first pick was Thanksgiving. Happy
Yep.
Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm thankful for everybody watching the podcast. And my second pick, what was my second pick? Oh, Memorial Day. And then MLK Day as the third. Do you want me to throw it to you now? Or
Yeah, okay, you can throw it to me. So, like, back in elementary school, I was going to tell the story when you chose it. I just forgot. So, back in elementary school, you used to get calendars for the month, right? And you'd tell you what's for lunch, what's going on. And when we got the calendars, one of the kids looked at MLK Day, is like, yo, we get this day off. And I was like, why? He's like, it's milk day. I was like, to be fair, we're in elementary school. But I'm like, what does that even mean? Why is it milk day? They're like, oh, they bring new milk to the cafeteria, so they're taking the day off.
Wait, they never brought in new milk. Like they could bring in. There's one day a year you're allowed to bring in new milk.
One day a year you get the strawberry chocolate and normal milk, and if that day they're bringing it in. But I had to throw that story in there because it makes me laugh every time. But great pick, Ryan. Go ahead.
And then the last pick is Nowruz. And then honorable mentions, Columbus Day. Just because it's always in there somehow. I don't know. It just is there. You get that day off at school, I think. Sometimes. Some places give that day off. President's Day is another one. And we mentioned Father's and Mother's Day. How about National Siblings Day? I'm going to throw that in there. I don't know what day that is, but there is a day for that, and I'm throwing it in there. And then lastly, there's a whole week for pharmacies. I'm going to throw Pharmacy Week in there, as well as nursing and all our healthcare staff. There are weeks for all of them. I don't know what their weeks are, but pharmacies, October, right before Halloween. So shout out to the healthcare workers, everything they do in COVID.
This man claiming a whole week as a holiday.
Oh jeez,
dude, do I get to claim vacation in Jamaica as my favorite holiday?
Yo, no, Dev, me and you, we're choosing our birthday. All right, we get the whole month. It's March 1st. We get the whole month for the holiday. Okay, you like that?
Oh, that was my other honorable mention.
Month.
Ashish's birthday, March 1st.
True. And it's
There
also
would not be a podcast if he didn't have that birthday.
Actually, total facts. Actually, what it was 20? Is this year? It's 2020. 2 weeks ahead of time or whatever. Actually, like the day before or whatever. Ryan called me, left this nice voicemail about my birthday. He was like, "Hey, I hope you create this podcast and whatever." And look at that. Later that month, I actually did it. We created this podcast. So thanks to you, Ryan. Funny enough, we right now 3 single guys. So obviously Valentine's Day was not taken here.
Well, don't worry. So Valentine's Day we could like go on to there could be a whole episode
about how fake it is.
About ranting about Valentine's Day. I wanted to pick Galentine's Day, to be honest. Like, what a fun day too.
What is that? I never heard that holiday. Galentine's?
Galentine's Day. It's February 13th. It's for all of the girlfriends to get together.
Yeah. Shout out to Leslie
I
Nope.
didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Leslie Nope. No, Valentine's Day is great. Like it's a fun time. But again, with us all being single and not getting the day off work.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. You don't get the day off. When you're single, it doesn't feel good. So why would you take it? So it's not taken here.
Yeah, maybe Shahan was here. He could have picked Valentine's Day for us.
Probably would have taken it.
Well, guaranteed Shahan takes Easter, right?
Yeah.
As well. So
I felt like his board was like MLK Day first.
Number 1 pick.
Yeah, then probably Valentine's, Easter, all up in that. So yeah, okay, let me go over my board real quick. Started out with Halloween. I had the 3rd pick, so clearly Halloween was there. I think it's a fantastic holiday. You get a lot of drinking there. Then you get, July 4th, another fun, exciting holiday. I think you get the fireworks there. You get the costumes Halloween. St. Patrick's Day, you get more drinking in and more partying going on. I know three of my 4 have no holidays, right? Like, you don't even get the day off for 3 or 4 of mine, but it is what it is. Lastly, I took Mother's Day. Like I mentioned before, I think just you got to appreciate and be thankful for what you have, right? Like your family and your friends, and just remind them every day. But especially mothers, I feel like a lot of what they do goes unnoticed, and they're amazing people. So shout out to all the mothers. I really like my board here. The ones honorable mentions, Diwali. Probably would have taken it since we allowed it for the last round. It is like the New Year's for Indians, right? You get all the lights everywhere. It is, meaningful, right? It's the light over darkness, the good over bad. And you get the great Office song, guys. Come on. Other than that, I didn't really have too much. I had Cinco de Mayo, right? Pretty lit. Yeah. If Dev had taken like St. Patty's, I would have considered Cinco de Mayo. I think that's about it. Like Easter, you get the days off, right? So that's pretty great. President's Day, shout out to the veterans. We got all the holidays here. And yeah, let us know what your favorite holidays are. If we missed any significant ones, I'm sure we did. There's way too many to talk about. But yeah, I hope you have fun. Hope you're having a great holiday season with your friends and family. Please be safe. But that wraps up another great episode of the Sheesh and Friends podcast. Thank you so much for listening. And until next time, we're out.